Welcome August, and welcome everyone to the Sunday Life Dharma. You may stand up to join me in Qigong movement. Spread your feet about shoulder width apart. Good, fingers together, palms out. And gently stretch your body side to side. Palms down. Hands on your hips. Round your hips. So circle your hips chin up. Look up the ceiling and loosen. Very good. Back to center. Turn your head to your right side and look over your right shoulder. Come back. Go to your left side. And come back. Now, right ear to your right shoulder. Without moving your shoulders, just move your head now to your left. Now pick one direction and make a big circle with your neck. Smooth, gentle, easy. When you get to the bottom, reverse the direction. And come back up. Cross your arms up. Open your palms to your side. Bring them down. Palms meet together. Open your arms to your side. Open your chest. Gather your arms. Breathe in, open. Breathe out. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose. Once again, breathe in. Breathe out. Arms down together in a circular motion. Up, down. Breathe in, up. Breathe out. Once again, breathe in and breathe out. Make a small ball right in front of your lower belly and left arm up to your left side. Good. Down, down, down. Reverse the ball and right arm up and down. Reverse, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now two fingers together and extend your arms like this. And gather, open, switch, fingers together, extending. Switch, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. One more time, breathe push your right palm with your left palm to your right. Draw in your left arm, all the way back in. Look at your right thumb. Good. Come back to the center. Push it to your left. Same way. Come back. Push it to your right. Breathe in. Splash your fingers. Breathe out. Come back. To your left. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more times. To your right. Breathe in. Now hold your breath. Hold and breathe out. Come back. Again, breathe in. Hold. Tense. And breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Arms down and up. And down. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Big circling. Breathe in and out. And breathe in and out. One more time. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and breathe out. Arms out to your side, all the way up. Palms facing down, all the way down. Breathe in, up. Breathe out. Once again, breathe in. Now palms knit together, down, down, down to your heart center. Now loosen your shoulders, forehead, and feet close to each other. And please join me in bowing practice to the Dharma Kaya Buddha fourfold grace. Grace of heaven and earth. Grace of parents. Grace of fellow beings. Grace of laws. Now please be seated.
Hello, I'm Cynthia Farabee. I am so grateful that the universe led me to the Won Buddhist Temple years ago. I had been exposed to various religions and practices throughout life, but I was becoming disillusioned with a lot of things that were going on inside the traditional churches. My spirit was heavy. When I started coming to the Won Buddhist Temple, I felt more joy, more peace, more fulfillment after meditating and praying with like-minded souls. More and more, I am beginning to understand the teachings of the founding master. I am more spiritual now. I understand that there is one truth, we are one family, and that there are many paths that lead to that truth. And I am grateful for the Buddhist path. Grateful to Reverend Wang Gong and Reverend Ginger for leading the way. I don't have a Buddhist name. I'm just Cynthia, who thanks God every day for the grace of nature, the grace of my parents, the grace of fellow beings, the grace of laws and universal principles, and I thank God for the opportunity to be on this path. On my daily walks, I sing the Buddhist songs. I chant the Buddhist chants. The 9 essential dharmas of daily practice resonate deep with me as I strive to live my truth, as I strive to make a positive difference in the lives of my loved ones and in the lives of other fellow beings. I am profoundly grateful for this practice, especially during these unprecedented times. Namaste. Kamsahamnida.
Good morning, friends. Hi, children. Hi, teenagers. And hello to grown-ups. And thank you, Cynthia, for sharing your story with us. Good morning, Pong Pong. Thank you for welcoming us all. How are you feeling today? Well, I am kind of sad and worried because many people are sick and dying. Reverend Wongong, what do you do when you feel sad and worried? Well, Pong Pong, we all feel sad and worried sometimes. When I am sad, I like to walk in the woods or I pull weeds in the garden, then I feel better. That's a good idea, Reverend Wongong. What else do you do? Well, I take a moment to send my prayers to people who are sick and dying. And also I like to look at the wide open sky because it reminds me of the wide open spaciousness of my mind. Oh, that sounds wonderful. I love to look at the sky. Oh, you do? How would you like to have a big sky meditation together? A big sky meditation? I like that. Okay, now everybody, and Pong Pong, you too, have a seat right over there. A little bit further, please. Or you may lie down if you like. You two children and everybody. Now let me take off my mask since we are apart. Dear friends, as we begin our meditation, let us look at the sky. Now softly close your eyes and imagine the wide open blue sky all around you. Feel easy and free like floating clouds. You are held by clouds in the blue sky. Feel free, soft, and easy. You are held by clouds in the blue sky. Free and safe from the worries of the world, resting in this wide open spaciousness of our minds and hearts. Our minds and hearts expand like a sky. There, here, I breathe in, breathe out. We are free and safe from all our thoughts, worries, resting in a haven of peace, light, and silent meditation. chanting meditation. By chanting, we can feel our minds and hearts are expanded. So you're welcome to join us chanting Yeongju. When you chant Yeongju, you're welcome to chant as loud as you can, feeling your vibration of your minds, your voice, your energy in your body. 천지연기 아심정 사요예 아심동 천지요아 동일체 하여 천지동심정 천지연기 아심정 사요예 아심동 천지요아 동일체 하여 천지동심정 천지연기 아심정 사요예 아심동 천지요아 동일체 하여 천지동심정 천지연기야 심정 만사요예 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 아심동 천지요아 동일체 하여 천지동심정. Prayer for world peace. Grace of heaven and earth, grace of parents, grace of fellow beings, grace of laws. O Dharma Kaya Buddha fourfold grace, may we take refuge in Dharma and be filled with compassion and wisdom. May we transform delusion into wisdom, greed into generosity, resentment into gratitude, discord into harmony, and hatred into compassion. May all nations grow and benefit mutually. May the strong help the weak, and may the weak learn and evolve according to Dharma. May all those who have died from world conflicts and disasters be delivered through all obstacles and be at rest. May there be peace throughout the world. May all beings enjoy tranquility and happiness, living in their original true nature. This we pray with our whole hearts. Heart Sutra. Bodhisattva of great compassion, when deeply practicing prajna paramita, realize that all five aggregates are empty and thus became free from all suffering and distress. So Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. The same is true of sensations, perceptions, impulses, and consciousness. So Shariputra, all dharmas are empty. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or do not increase or decrease in emptiness. No form, no sensations, no perceptions, no impulses, no consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch. Object of
no suffering, no cause of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no past, no wisdom, no attainment, with nothing to attain. The Bodhisattva relies on Prajnaparamita, therefore the mind has no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist, free from delusion. One doesn't nirvana. All Buddhas of the past, present, and future rely Prajnaparamita and attain supreme enlightenment. Therefore, know the Prajnaparamita is the great mantra, is the great enlightening mantra, is the unsurpassed and unequaled mantra, which is able to eliminate all suffering. This is true enough. Also proclaim the Prajnaparamita mantra, which says, gone beyond, far beyond, now awaken, gate, parasamgate, bodhisattva, gate, parasamgate, bodhisattva, gate, parasamgate, bodhisattva.
Good morning. My name is Ginger. The title of today is A Road to Freedom. Freedom is an attractive value in human life. We all want to be free one way or the other. We usually follow our heart, which we believe leads us to freedom. I too have searched for my freedom, and I took the path of a Buddhist priest to get there. When I say freedom, I meant freedom of mind. Attaining freedom of mind is the ultimate goal of my spiritual practice. Freedom is a double-edged sword because it is inevitably accompanied by restriction. Master Sotaesan said, "True freedom is attained by refraining from self-indulgence. Therefore, a person who seeks true freedom must first keep the precepts well." End quote. The idea of achieving true freedom is about being free from either holding or letting go. To attain this freedom, we need to cultivate the ability to hold our mind when it is necessary and let it go when it is necessary. Mind practice always begins with seizing the mind, and the practice of keeping precepts is about discipline and restriction. However, we want to follow our free spirit all the time. Who would want to be restricted? Here is a story of a nagging mom and a rebellious child. When I was in my teens, my mom used to nag me. Like many other moms, she would say, "Do this or don't do that." I was kind of a rebellious child, just like many other kids. So I often did not listen to her and instead talked back to her. Especially when my mom told me to do something I had already decided to do, I would suddenly become reluctant or try to put it off. But some of her demands were reasonable, so sometimes I did listen to her. For example, she would say, "Clean your room, do the dishes, and help me in the kitchen." When she said something like that under certain conditions, it was a really good idea to follow her guidance. Once we grow older and mature, we no longer need a nagging mom. We can give our moms a break from ceaselessly trying to take care of us. But how? We can willingly turn our head toward what will lead us to a proper path. Let's be an adult. But even adulthood does not guarantee that following a proper path will be easy, because physically mature is different from spiritually mature. We might resist proper external authority, such as the precepts. So instead, we can choose to internalize the good guidance and become our own authority. We can be voluntarily obedient to what is reasonable and appropriate. When we follow proper guidance willingly, our voluntary actions lift up any of our embedded heavy feelings. Our attitude will be lightened, and a sense of confidence will follow us. So what kind of guidance am I talking about? I am talking about the guidance that is usually given to religious practitioners to help them to guard their mind by refraining from misbehavior. In Judaism and Christianity, this kind of guidance is called the 10 Commandments. In Buddhism, such guidance is called precepts. There are more than 500 precepts in traditional Buddhism. How many precepts in one Buddhism then? Altogether, we have 30 precepts, and we are gradually given them 10 at a time, depending on our spiritual capacity. Although I will take some examples from the one Buddhist precepts, I'm not really talking about individual items in terms of validity. Some of them need to be readdressed according to regional and cultural background. So I'll talk about precepts in general as good spiritual guidance. Some of the basic precepts in one Buddhism are: do not kill without due cause. Do not steal. Do not commit sexual misconducts. These are the most fundamental restrictions. They are so basic that they address everyone, not just religious practitioners. They are essential for living harmoniously in human society. We hear the news of crimes every day whenever these precepts are broken. Along with these items, there are a few more precepts I'd like to introduce to you. Do not consume intoxicants without due cause. Do not fight without due cause. Do not speak flowery words. Do not be conceited. Do not be greedy. Do not harbor hatred. Do not be deluded. Do you notice that some of these items end with the phrase, without due cause? Without due cause is a compassionate intention that gives wiggle room to practitioners so they can gradually adopt the precept according to their own specific circumstances. What else do we find here? All the precepts begin with the form of negation, do not. This shows the nature of precepts, which inevitably confines the free spirit of human beings. Even if we voluntarily follow these restrictions, the practice of keeping precepts can still feel heavy. To explore this, let's take a look at the dialogue between a Christian pastor and Master Sotaesan. One day, a Christian pastor visited Master Sotaesan and shared his concerns about encouraging people to practice precepts. He said, "All religions without exception have talked about precepts, but it seems to me that rather than helping, they oppress the innocent, inherent nature of human beings and restrain their free spirit. Thus, they create many obstacles for many people." End quote. The remarks of the Christian pastor express well the nature of precepts, and maybe you too agree. But Master Sotaesan's answer to this question is very clear. He said, "If we live by ourselves, it wouldn't matter if we just did as we pleased. But in the world we face a web of various kinds of laws that are widely watched by the general public. So if we indulge in wrongful conduct, where will we hide? Therefore, I conclude that when a person goes out into the world, one should be cautious of every step as if treading on thin ice, so as not to deviate from the way of humanity. Thus, I cannot help but prescribe precepts to practitioners." End quote. Ironically, following our free spirit sometimes does not lead us to true freedom. Our free will as human beings can easily lead us to create unwholesome karma, and as a result, our spirit is no longer free. We should be able to ask ourselves whether or not we are wise enough to go against our old unwholesome habits and tame our wild desires. This question is really about our mind, whether we are capable of being free from between holding the mind and letting go of the mind. When it comes to practicing precepts, we have two options. The first option is to give up deepening our practice. We can live just as who we were and are, as long as we do not commit serious misconduct. Nothing will go wrong. The only thing is we will remain the same person, a sentient being defined by our ego. If we do not want to buy this ticket, then we have a second option. It is to willingly follow the path of Buddha, like a responsible adult. We do not just want to be submissive, but instead, we want to be voluntarily obedient. Master Chongsan said, "Precepts are the life force. Precepts are the life force of a spiritual practitioner and the ladder for attaining Buddhahood. Do not follow the foolish demands of your mind, and instead observe the precepts even at the risk of death." End quote. Master Chongsan here used the strong expression of "even at the risk of death." I think this is because practicing precepts is about severing unwholesome seeds in our mind, namely ignorance. And this is tough to deal with. The last precept that says, "Do not be deluded," is about ignorance. What does "not be deluded" mean? It means not to be fooled by our egoistic self. It also means do not be easily satisfied with our own understanding of truth, as our interpretation of truth may not be an authentic one. It is worth noting that when Dharma grows, Mara grows. As we become more knowledgeable about our spiritual practice, we may become an arbitrary interpreter when it comes to true nature. We can take an extreme viewpoint, influenced by only one aspect of truth, namely non-dualism. This is quite a dangerous pitfall. Until we are greatly enlightened, we should not fully trust our own thoughts or our own experience of the realm of truth. If we think that keeping precepts is not so important, we are in trouble. In the Dharma of Repentance, Master Sotaesan said, "Recently, there have been groups of self-styled enlightened ones who occasionally appear and make light of the precepts, discipline, and cause and effect. They have acted as they pleased and stopped as they pleased under the guise of unconstrained action. Thus, in some cases, they have sullied the gateway of the Buddha." End quote. This is a strong warning about self-indulgence. This clever disguise of ignorance can come before us as non-dualism. It is so clever that non-dualism can manipulate us so that our conduct becomes inappropriate, or we hold an extreme viewpoint, trying to interpret everything with emptiness. Our true nature marvelously appears whenever we use our mind and body. This manifestation of truth is sophisticated, and it interacts with the law of cause and effect. We live in this physical world in which a web of karma is interwoven in complicated patterns. No matter how genuine the experience of true nature we may have, any obsessive understanding of non-dualism may show us only what we want to see. We may end up chasing after a temporary feeling of oneness. Please note that seeing true nature or awakening to universal awareness is not the destination of our practice. Rather, it is a starting point of our practice. To me, it is true that whenever and wherever I want to use a calm, clear, and resolute mind based on my true nature, even at the moment of life and death. An experience of true nature is a tool to use, is not a goal to achieve. Let me share a short story from Charles Kalman, an entomologist. When he was little, he enjoyed watching insects. One day, Kalman found a larva and carefully observed the moment when the larva tried to break its cocoon and emerge as a butterfly. To his eyes, the baby butterfly was trying so hard to break the tiny cocoon. He felt bad for its struggle, and he wanted to be kind to that butterfly. Out of compassion, he pierced a little hole for it. After that, Kalman happily anticipated seeing the butterfly flap its splendid wings and fly to the sky. But to his surprise, the butterfly barely dragged its wings on the ground, and soon it died. The end of the story. The baby butterfly was not able to gain the strength it needed to take off from the ground. Kalman's improper sympathy only blocked the butterfly's ability to strengthen its own power. What do we see in this story? We do not want to remain superficial practitioners like the butterfly with the splendid wings that could never get off the ground. Let's not ruin our spiritual journey with mere temporary satisfaction. We cannot take only an easy path using our picking and choosing attitude. At some point, without fail, we need to deal with the core ignorance embedded within us. Endurance is a necessary quality and one that we need to cultivate on our spiritual path. The precepts teach us the practice of endurance. True freedom comes after undergoing inevitable hardships while we keep voluntarily observing items in the precepts. The way to freedom is not simple and easy. That's why attaining the true freedom is rewarding. If you'd like to join Zoom discussion on this topic, you can check the link on our live chat, and the discussion will begin at 11:10. Now please join us in morning prayer song. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day in your presence. Today full of health and with peace of mind, may I walk along the path of the Buddha. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with your grace. Today gratefully and with gentle words, may I live in harmony with all those I meet. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with compassion. Today making the world a more loving place. May I do all that I can for one world. Thank you all for joining us today. We hope to see you again next Saturday. Please stay well.